In the golden light of early morning, Paul the kangaroo stood at the edge of the eucalyptus grove, his ears twitching as he listened to the soft rustle of leaves in the distance. Today felt different, like something exciting was waiting for him deep within the forest. Paul adjusted the small woven satchel that hung across his chest, filled with a few shiny pebbles, a leaf-shaped map, and a tiny wooden whistle. He was ready for whatever this day had in store. The path ahead was shaded by tall, whispering trees, their branches swaying gently as if they knew a secret. Paul hopped forward, each step taking him deeper into the cool, dappled light of the magical forest. A cluster of glowing mushrooms caught Paul's attention. They formed a perfect ring on the forest floor, and in their center, a faint golden light shimmered. He leaned closer, curious but cautious. As he hopped into the ring, the light brightened, and a warm breeze wrapped around him like a friendly hug. Paul felt a sense of welcome, as if the forest itself was glad he had come. Following the golden light, Paul reached a crystal-clear stream where the water sparkled like liquid diamonds. He bent down to take a sip, the cool water refreshing him for the journey ahead. Across the stream he spotted a tall archway made of twisting vines and blooming flowers. The air around it was thick with the scent of jasmine, and the petals swayed even though there was no wind. Stepping through the archway, Paul found himself in a hidden meadow bathed in soft sunlight. The grass was so lush and springy that he couldn't resist bouncing in a few playful hops. At the far end of the meadow stood an ancient tree with a hollow door carved into its trunk. Strange, curling symbols were etched into the bark, glowing faintly as Paul approached. With a gentle push, the door creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase that seemed to lead both up and down at the same time. Paul's heart raced with excitement as he decided to climb. The staircase ended in a round room filled with shelves of shimmering jars. Each jar held a tiny, flickering light, like a captured star. Paul could feel their warmth, even from across the room. A soft hum filled the air, and the jars began to glow brighter. Without thinking, Paul reached for one. The moment his paw touched the glass, the light inside swirled into the shape of a map. The glowing map showed a winding path leading to the heart of the forest. Paul knew this was where he needed to go, so he carefully tucked the jar into his satchel. Leaving the tree, Paul followed the path on the map. The air grew sweeter, and the sounds of the forest seemed to weave into a gentle song guiding his way. Soon, he reached a grove where the sunlight poured in golden streams through the branches. The ground was covered in tiny blue flowers that released a soft glow when touched. As Paul hopped deeper into the grove, the flowers lit up in waves, forming a glowing trail just for him. He followed the trail until it ended at a smooth stone circle in the center of the grove. The stone circle pulsed faintly under his feet. In the center, a crystal grew straight from the earth, its surface sparkling with colors Paul had never seen before. Paul reached out and touched the crystal. A warm, joyful energy surged through him, filling him with courage, kindness, and a deep sense of connection to the forest. The forest around him seemed to come alive. The trees straightened, the flowers opened wider, and the breeze whispered his name as if thanking him for finding the heart of the forest. With a happy heart, Paul promised to protect this magical place. He knew he had been chosen as its new guardian. Paul hopped back along the glowing trail, feeling lighter than ever, the satchel at his side now carrying not just pebbles, but the memory of a great adventure. When he stepped through the vine archway again, the forest returned to its usual quiet beauty. But Paul could still sense the hidden magic all around him. Back at the edge of the eucalyptus grove, Paul looked over his shoulder one last time. The forest seemed to wink at him, a silent promise that more adventures lay ahead. Paul smiled, adjusted his satchel, and hopped toward home, his heart full of wonder, ready for the next time the forest called.